It falls like a curtain. Three voices call out. In shadows they wander. Secrets whispered loud. Slot masters playing fate. Rust Factor bringing truth. Fleshy peace sends chills to spine in the digital booth. Three guys, one pod, echoes through the night. Three guys, one pod, turn darkness into light. Three guys, one pod, where shadows take flight. Three guys, one pod, in the cold moonlight. Stories woven tight, lies and truths collide. Mysteries in the void, finding where they hide. Towers in the distance, signals cross the air. Voices pull you closer, feel the static. Three guys, one pod, echoes through the night. Three guys, one pod, turn darkness into light. Three guys, one pod, where shadows take flight. Three guys, one pod, in the cold moonlight.
How's it going, everybody? Three guys, one podcast. I'm Corey, your host, the Slot Master 316. 1,222 miles away is my old pal, Russ Factor. Hello, Russ Factor. What say you?
Howdy, gang.
And about 1,600 due north, if I walk right out my front door and I look straight up, I see my old pal, Fleshy P. Fleshy P, how goes it?
It's going well. How you doing?
Well, Russ Factor, Fleshy P, yeah, you know, it's just one of those days. Have you ever had one of those days where you just don't want to wake up? Everything is effed and everybody sucks. And you really just don't know why. But you want to justify ripping someone's head off? This is one of those days today.
Been there. What's going on? Anything specific or just...
No, just
woke up with a case of the Monday.
I just woke up with a case of the hump days.
Oh, you want to talk about it, little fella?
Everybody and everything is just bugged the living shit out of me all day, and I don't know why. It's just little things. Normally, I mean, it's just like, why? Why does that bug me? Why does that bug me? I don't know. Why does that bug you? Hey, Slot Master, why does that bug you? Can't answer that. Can't answer it. But it was from like Jump Street, right when I woke up. I thought I slept great last night. Apparently, I didn't. I normally don't ever sleep. See, that's what happens. I should have stayed up all night.
Yeah. You sleep too much. It's just your brain doesn't know what to do with all that.
I know.
Yeah.
How was your day, Russ and Fleshy P? Better than mine, I hope?
Pretty good. Just did some work, hung out. Yeah. Didn't want to rip anyone's head off.
Fleshy P, what'd you do today?
What did I get up to today? I actually had the day off, so I did a little recycling, doing my part for the world. You know, the
okay.
tree huggers, doing my part for them. I'm keeping them happy.
Okay. What
else did I do today? Yeah.
What all did you recycle today?
Oh, I had a bunch of cardboard.
Where's a guy like
just a bunch of cardboard hanging about?
Where's a guy like Fleshy Pete take a whole bunch of cardboard that's out in a boot?
We got a little recycler place where you go and the guy comes out and checks you, make sure you're not dumping garbage, and we put it in these great big bins, and they get shipped off to Haiti apparently.
After you separate it, pull the staples.
Oh yeah, you have to separate it.
Oh yeah.
That was Duzzy in the background. Hi Duzzy, how are you?
Yeah.
So
I just throw everything in the blue bin, no matter what it is, and I figure I'm providing jobs because I think somebody at the place sorts that shit.
they took our jobs.
I'm gonna go complain. I'm gonna say, I got a guy that lives down south that I know, and he's got a guy for this. You just throw it.
They
in
tell
bins.
you to break down your boxes, but I'm like, come on, there's too many boxes. We get Amazon deliveries like 3 times a day here. I can't be bothered. Just however many boxes fit fully functioned up in the thing this week. That's what's going.
So how much did you bother Dizzy today, or did she have to work? Did you have to work, Dizzy?
I had to work.
Oh,
But
so
I don't know. Since we've been eating low carb, this fucker over here has been,
Huh?
yeah, like a fucking fruit fly.
he's
Mosquito.
he's been needy pee. And
Oh no, it just spiraling. Watching the politics. He gets up in the morning. He's on TikTok, or what else do you watch? Oh, YouTube. All day, every day. And then he comes and
That's because I'm starving.
Yeah, he's hungry.
he made supper though. He made supper. So.
I saw that it was a beautiful BLT lay fleshy pea. I like
Yeah.
that.
BLT fleshy pea. That's one of my favorite go-tos.
Look at that. There's a picture of it. The bacon, lettuce, and tomato
Hey,
salad.
don't put too much lettuce in there, Fleshy Pig.
It's got a little cheese. Okay. I could eat. Other than tomatoes, I can't get down with the tomatoes. But other than that, it's fantastic. I like it, fleshy pea. What's your go-to dish? I am on this. Not necessarily. I used to be like 0 carb, but now I'm just low carb. I try to keep it 20 grams of carbs and under, max 40, depending. But I've been right around 20 grams. What's your go-to, Fleshy P?
Oh man. Well, I haven't been doing this for very long. I'm giving it an honest try though. Really, my go-to is pepperoni sticks.
Ooh,
Seems to be a universal snack.
it is good. I like pepperoni sticks. I think that only downfall on the pepperoni sticks is they're real high in sodium.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, it's a salty
You
snack.
gotta read the entire label.
But the sodium kind of cancels out because if you're going low carb, you're not going down those middle aisles. You're on the outside. You're getting your protein, your vegetables. So you actually need to add the salt.
I
But
agree.
I like the middle aisles. That's where they have the cornflakes.
Oh, you like dumbass.
Give me those. Give me that middle aisle. Yeah,
Riz,
that's
your go-to
it's
cauliflower.
it's real interesting how
Yeah.
psychology works. I wonder if casinos. I know there's a lot of psychology that goes into the design of casinos. I wonder how close the design of casinos and grocery stores are. Do the ones that are on the outside, are those the least amount played machines? Because you know that, or are those the ones that are the less volatile machines? You know, consider those your fruits and vegetables, and then right in the middle, you got your Huff and Puffs and your Corn Flakes and your Rice Krispies. Maybe that's how
Yeah.
it is.
These places don't get designed by designers; they get designed by psychologists.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. Everything in the casino is everything from the carpet to the ceiling to the machine itself, and the machine is all colors, popping, and the noises, and then you go into a grocery store, same damn thing, because they know that you're gonna go beelining it in there. So all the stuff you should be eating is on the outer area of the grocery store in almost every one you go to. And everything you shouldn't touch if you want to stay half healthy is right dead center when you go in. That's where all the glory is.
That is all the frozen glory. What's your back when you were not eating as well, eating right, Fleshy P? What was your go-to cereal? Cornflakes?
Oh, I
Are you
liked them all.
are you
I
a s-
liked Captain Crunch, Fruit Loops, cornflakes. Yes, definitely frosted flakes. I shouldn't say cornflakes. Frosted flakes.
I was wondering. Oh, I'm a big cereal guy too. I'm a big eat breakfast for dinner guy. I'm a big cereal guy. I'm a big guy. That led to me just being a big guy. Oh God, I'm just trying to. I had it. I woke up about 3 weeks ago and said, you know what? I'm done. I'm done. I'm done. And now I've been trying to work out pretty much every day.
Well, who's gonna help me eat all these AI cheeseburgers?
Those look disgusting with that ketchup. Blech.
Yeah, that's where I was about. I would say about the same. Well, just a little over a month now. I woke up the same way. I was like, I was tired of. Why am I breathing so heavy when I'm putting my shoes on? Yeah, and they're slip-ons.
What's so you wake up, I've got to give you just a touch of unsolicited advice. Don't worry about these politics because it'll just drive you nuts. You can't do anything about it. It's just it's the media and the news and whatnot is aimed to drive you insane.
Oh, definitely.
What's your go-to TikTok? Are you what are you watching on the TikTok? That are you watching about the old Trumpster putting the screws to Trudeau, or what are we doing?
No. Well, yeah. I'll stop on those and watch them, but I browse through everybody. Everywhere from gaming to just funny videos and then the politics.
And then you,
I see you liking some of my when I release a cat video. I see Fleshy P on there liking that. Too, so
Yeah.
I know that pops up on the feed.
For me, it's more like mindless scrolling. I find
Yeah.
myself just flip.
Doom
I give you a
scrolling is what
video
they call
about
that.
3 seconds, and if it's not interesting in the first 3 seconds, flip.
okay, back to the little psychology of it. What do you think makes it interesting in that 3 seconds, so I can capture Fleshy P's eyeballs for more than 3 seconds? What makes you? Is it the bright lights? Is it the music? Is it the titties?
It's the titties. No, it's I don't know. I really like the funny videos. Like if I don't see somebody get slapped or hurt in the first 3 seconds, I'm flipping it.
Oh no, did we lose Russ Factor? Or is he creating another AI cheeseburger design?
No, I was looking here. Mr. Moen got a sub in, a gifted sub, and a bunch of bits.
Well,
Thanks,
thank you,
pal.
Mr. Moen. Thanks. We are broadcasting live on twitch.tv/Russ Factor Show. That's going to be the new home of Three Guys, One Pod moving forward. And also, Russ Factor goes live every Friday.
Yes, sir.
Russ Factor
Talking
is.
video games and things like that.
But I was watching the Russ Factor show last Friday, and he was talking about handhelds. So you can put Xbox and PlayStations on your arm now.
It's like how the Japanese had a TV on their wristwatch back in the 70s. Yeah, kinda. They're working towards that, and yeah, I mean, in the last few years alone, these I have one. These little PC handhelds. It's a Windows 11 machine where I can play my games on Steam. Those have really started to take off. So I think you're going to see like Xbox and PlayStation start to want to get back to that market. Xbox was never there. PlayStation had the PSP back in like the early 2000s. So
And
just kind
Nintendo
of
had
seen a
the-
resurgence of handhelds, and the DS and 3DS, and now Nintendo's whole thing is a handheld that you can dock and put on your television. So they combined their stuff, but never left the handheld market.
that you can thumb dock.
Yeah.
What about the Nintendo? Is that DX? You said that's the one you dock.
No, the Nintendo Switch is the one you
Switch.
dock.
Okay,
Yeah.
so they had the Game Boy that was the original handheld.
Mm-hmm.
Then
And
they
then
had
they
the
had the
Game-
ones that had the two screens that you close like a clam over the years through 3DS and DS.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nintendo is are they all Japanese manufacturer? I know Xbox, Microsoft, but PlayStation, is that Japanese built?
I mean, I think a lot of their parts could still come from like China and shit. But
What,
Yeah,
Microsoft or Xbox?
yeah, and all of them actually. So
Well, because I found out that through watching your show that they're on the same campus as
Nintendo of America is, yeah.
on the same
Yes.
little area.
Yeah, out there in Redmond.
Redmond, Washington,
Redmond.
or California,
Washington.
Washington.
So, not to get political, but as a gamer, are you guys a little worried about the 10% that could be coming your way?
No, we're rich in America, Fleshy.
Yeah.
We don't worry about
Oh,
shit
right, I
like
forgot.
that.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
forgot.
we don't worry about stuff like that. The price of everything's always going up, so it won't be no different.
10% won't break me. I'm
10
American.
No, everything goes up, everything comes down. It
Yeah.
all kind of evens out, and that the little known fact that all these people are that have come to light that I knew about is how much all these tariffs that Canada has always been putting on goods that they've been sending to the U.S. So now they jack the price up on everything, and they've been hiding it in hockey skates.
Hey, you just never mind a boot that, eh?
Yeah. You just don't mind about that. So
I'm a firm believer. I think tariffs are a good thing for your country. I just don't think they should be so extreme. I think it was just a shock, and it actually really, I don't know, it had everybody going.
Yeah.
A 25% increase is a massive, guys.
massive, guys. That is a massive, guys. I think, but it also Trudeau kind of backed. He played tough guy for about 11 hours. Then he
Was
woke
it 11?
up. It may have been less. Then he woke up and said, "Okay, we'll send you 10,000 troops at the border, and Mexico's going to send you 10,000 troops to their border." And Trudeau said, "I'm going to appoint a fentanyl czar." Okay.
His name's Dave.
His name
Dave
is
the
Dave.
fentanyl czar.
Not,
Dave the fentanyl czar.
not Dave Coulier. But
I think out of the three we had that stuff going on with, which was like Mexico, Colombia for not doing what they needed to do, and Canada. Canada did hold out the longest out of the three, but it was all done within 24 hours.
I like how Colombia's like, we don't take your plane. Okay, we're sending another big plane to pick them all up, and we've even got a spot for them. When can we be there?
Mr. Trump, no.
Mr.
We
Trump.
not take the plane.
Mr. Trump. No, Mr. Trump.
We need more lemon pledge.
That's like what is that from Family Guy?
Yeah.
Family Guy had that feel
Consuela.
out. Consuela. Hello, Mr. Trump. But I don't know. I mean, it's just that's the thing is I could drown myself in either Diet Pepsi or political news, and I choose the first.
Yeah.
Because it would just drive me crazy. Trying to it is kind of funny just watching both sides really cry. There's a lot of people crying about a lot of stuff on both sides.
Yeah.
I
Well, for
do
us
miss-
up here in Canada, it's an eye opener because we had no idea. Like, the average citizen has no idea. The government's taking care of everything, and yeah, they make mistakes here and there. But when you find out all this other garbage, it's like, really? Why aren't we doing that? Why aren't we investing in? We have all these resources here, and we're not doing anything about it. And I think that was a real wake up call. And I mean, the stuff at the border that Trump is after us to do, we should have been doing from the start, anyways. Like, that's just common sense. We just get too laxed up here and let shit happen.
Yeah.
You guys are just vibing. Just
Yeah,
vibing.
yeah.
We're
Just-
just vibing. Yeah, that's all that weed we have here.
Western Canada's vibing. Eastern Canada's falling apart.
Let him fall.
Yeah, bastards. Take the French with you.
Whoa.
Whoa! What are you going on about, does he?
Oh, there was just a shit ton of riots. And where was it all? Toronto?
Toronto,
Toronto?
they always riot there.
Yeah, it's like like the big cities. Old George Soros buses them in, drops them off in L.A., New York, Chicago, Kansas City, and then says, "Have at it, go for it." Well, what are we
Go
fighting-
nuts.
What are we protesting against today, sir? I don't know. Here's a bunch of
Whatever.
Mexican flags. That's what we're doing now. Here you go. I don't know. I don't know where we're gonna end up, but I don't know. The weird thing is I can't even remember what I was scrolling through. I'm on a weird loop on my TikTok. I was on a weird loop about just when I think it couldn't be any weirder, I read a message or get a link from Duzzy, and it goes down an even deeper, darker hole.
Usually goes up a deeper, darker hole.
Right. I was watching, and there was this guy that wrote this book about Baron Trump, and he lived in the Trump castle, and he
It's like a
came.
children's book.
No, it was like in the 1800s. I think it was
Like a fantasy novel,
yeah. But it all lines up to where we're at right now. Search it up there, Russ Factor. And his mentor or the guy he followed was King Don or something like that. There was all these coincidences about how Baron Trump. There was like 13 coincidences from this guy's book that was written in like 1898. I probably should have been more prepared that I was going to talk about this, but I just thought about it talking about the Trumpster. You find anything there, Russ Factor?
Let's see.
Let's
Yeah.
see.
Let's see what this is. Yeah. Let's pull this up.
It's called Baron Trump's Marvelous Underground Journey.
Baron Trump's.
Children's book.
It was written in 1889 and 1893 by an American author and lawyer, Ingersoll Soul Lockwood. And it remained obscure until 2017 when a lot of these stars were aligning. It was on an internet forum. It pointed out all the similarities between the Trumpster and it. Said Baron Trump really liked his suitcase. Restless and prone to getting.
my suitcase.
I like my suitcase.
First we have lunch.
Donald Trump's youngest son, obviously, is named Baron Trump, and Donald Trump used the pseudonym John Barron in the 1980s. The Last President was another book that he wrote, which is set in New York City. And it is the whole thing has a bunch of whole protests, and they're always outside to protest in his castle. And then he had a shocking victory of 1896 presidential election. And he was the populist candidate who brings the downfall of the American Republic. Just there's like 10 to 13 things that are just pretty crazy that all these things line up about the little Baron Trump who likes, I like my suitcase. I like my suitcase. It's very interesting.
Are we sure that's not? I mean, there's a lot of fake stuff out there nowadays.
No, it's a real
Yeah,
book.
you sure this is all just fake?
Yeah, it's funny that it just surfaced in 2017. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it just came on a Reddit forum. Somebody said, hey, this reminds me of this book that I read when I was in grade school or whatever. It's a 19th century series book, 2 of them, about a baron.
To your point, though, it might not be real just under the guise of we live in a simulation.
Yeah.
That's true, but what is real these
It was
days?
written in.
What is if he was like 6'8", then that would have been
Yeah.
fantastic.
I feel sorry for whoever's avatar I am. You're losing the game, buddy.
I wouldn't mind being Fleshy P for a day.
What all the things we'd do. We'd have a Canadian adventure.
Yeah, and then I'd end up at the cardboard recycler. Hey, what's going on? What are you going on about? I took out all my staples. Leave me alone.
Guys that watches this little.
I hear your brother Dave's going to be the fentanyl czar.
Oh shit! And then
Recycling Nazi cops.
they
Two
are.
recycling Nazi cops.
They just
Yeah, when we go to do a recycling, the two guys that are paid like $30 an hour to make sure you don't throw a staple in.
Oh yeah, they're like the soup Nazis.
Mhm.
hey, get out the hey, get out them staples. And then the other thing that's pretty funny is the role that the whole thing that's weird to me is the role that Elon Musk has taken in this whole
Doge.
simulation.
Yeah.
Yeah, so a lot of people upset about that.
I saw a crazy picture of him, one of those weird faces he makes where they catch a snapshot right at the wrong moment, and he's all like, and it says, "This man has your social security number now."
I seen a picture of him shirtless on the internet, and some guy outlined perfectly like the outline of
Tesla
a Cybertruck around him. It's like he modeled it after his own body.
I just like the picture comparing him from 20 years ago and what his hair system has done for him since.
Has he ever talked
Yeah,
about that
he's
hair
got the
system?
Elton John hair going on.
No, I don't think he admits that it's a thing.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I don't think he's ever referenced it, but yeah, you got this is what you're looking at here, ladies and gentlemen.
Yeah.
This is the year 2000 on the left, and this is 2018. He looks about the same now. His face is a lot different now. He's
In the
he kind of got a puffy
Do you remember that?
puffy
Conan
face
O'Brien?
these days.
Hey, so do
Barely.
I. In the year 2000. You don't remember that Conan O'Brien skit where they'd sit there with flashlights underneath their chin? How do you not Rust Factory? You remember everything about TV.
You know what though?
What's that?
I've always liked Conan, but I never religiously watched it. I've never went back and watched clips of him. I don't know. Like I was a more of a like CBS late night guy back then, so I liked the short time we had with Craig Kilborn, and I loved Craig Ferguson. Craig Ferguson
Oh,
is
you
one of
do?
my
I
favorite
don't-
people in the whole world.
Really?
Oh, I just love the awkwardness of his show and how he was just constantly like just fucking with CBS.
Yeah, I mean, it's all right. I like Kilborn. Kilborn show was great.
Kilborn was so awesome. And yeah, anything he ever did and snuck back in for a little while after that never compared, and that's why it all went away. He had like a talk show on Fox for like 5 episodes that got canceled. He had
Yeah.
a game show. I don't think I ever saw that. I think that made a pilot episode and was done.
What was the game show?
I have no clue what his game show was, but yeah, he had a weird talk show, and he resurfaced. God, I feel like it was more recent than not, like late 20 teens, for another run to try to do something on Fox, and he like brought back like 5 questions and all that, and that was another one that it ran 5 episodes. They had a 6 in the can, but they never aired it.
I remember 5 questions. Hold on. Late night show host. He had the Daily Show, then the Late Show, and then Kilborn File. The movie Old School. Television. He obviously started on SportsCenter. Let me see. I can't find anything about a game show. I don't. Not that I don't remember.
It might have been another one that he filmed a pilot for, but it was later than not. It was later. Before this last thing I was talking about. I remember reading about it somewhere.
I forgot that he was in Pauly Shore's Dead. I forgot that he was in that, and then I kind of forgot he was in Old School too. Old School, and I'm the minority here, and I do know this. I am in the minority in the fact that I am not, by any stretch of the imagination, a Will Ferrell fan.
Me either.
What? What? What?
Not either.
What? Seriously? I've never met somebody else that's not a is not a Will Ferrell fan.
It's not my favorite comedic styling.
And it's exactly the same in everything he does.
Yeah, like the only thing that like sticks in my brain that I mean, even now wouldn't give me a chuckle, but back then was funny, was that him when he was in Ricky Bobby and the scene with those kids and they're at the table, just like yelling and shit. That's like the only thing in this world that I could ever say from Will Ferrell would give me a little chuckle, and it wasn't even him carrying the scene. So
I think the only thing that I found him remotely funny in.
don't say Elf because then you don't know what you're talking about. Remember, people like Elf. That's the funny thing to me is that's the stupidest fucking movie he's ever done.
And I think the stupidest thing he's ever done is Ladybugs too. But
I've never heard of that.
I think the only thing that he's good in was Zoolander.
Oh yeah.
That's it. So he started on Saturday Night Live. He was the cheerleader. That's where he became famous.
Mhm.
And then what was he in? Austin Powers, the Austin Powers series.
What did he
I think wasn't he in Austin
Oh right,
Powers?
yeah. He only had a bit part in that. He's like, you ask him a question, he won't tell you. But if you ask him 3 times, he's like, "Damn, 3 times. Now I have to tell you."
And then kind of his breakout was Old School. I just don't think it's funny. Anchorman.
Blank the tank.
Anchorman, do not think it was funny at all. I'm sorry, it wasn't Ladybugs too. It was just like Ladybugs. You remember Ladybugs with Rodney Dangerfield? Hey, no respect. Kicking and Screaming.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you very much. Anchorman, terrible part. Terrible show. Blades.
That was I didn't mind the first one. I mean, that slapstick comedy, whatever. And it wasn't even all Will Ferrell. It's everybody else in it. But Anchorman 2 sucked.
Oh my god.
Terrible. Is there
Like, it really sucked.
name a good Talladega Nights? It's terrible.
Yeah, as I said, there's only one scene in there where I'm like, I enjoyed that scene at the time, but it wasn't even mainly him. It was those kids yelling at the old guy. I'm coming at you like a
You guys
spider
didn't
monkey,
like
Chip.
Step Brothers? Step Brothers was good.
Step Brothers, terrible. The thing about who John C. Reilly was if there was any, I mean, John C. Reilly held that whole show together.
Yeah, he was the glue.
Glue.
He was funny, and he's actually a really good actor. He shouldn't be considered a B-lister. He's actually quite talented, I think.
I'm
Because
trying
he
to.
can go play these dramatic roles to what you see in Talladega Nights, and
Was he in
and,
Boogie Nights?
he was in Boogie Nights. Yeah,
Boogie Nights is such a.
he's in so many
He
things. He pops
will
up in all these movies.
rock you.
I like him with his drum offs with Chad.
Yeah, because they
Will
like
Ferrell?
they look alike.
They're like twins.
Yeah. But they're funny too.
I mean, they really kind of do look alike, to be honest with you.
Kinda. They're spitting fucking images.
Yeah. They
What's
are.
his name again? Chad Smith.
Chad
Yeah.
Smith.
Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Chad Smith.
Chad Smith. Is this Chad or is it Will Ferrell? Well, which one was in Kicking and Screaming? I mean, just his ratio to good movies to bad movies is, I mean, they do look alike. Look at that. That is pretty crazy. But I always catch some heat from not thinking Will Ferrell's funny. I don't think he's funny.
I don't
Oh.
think Adam Sandler's funny anymore.
Whoopity-doo.
Yeah.
Whoopity-doo-boopity-doo.
But he's
Every freaking movie, Little Nicky comes out. It drives me nuts.
he's another one who only has the one role. Like no matter what he does.
I love Little Nicky. I'm from the South, the deep South.
Jesus.
Little Nicky.
I think that Adam Sandler, his best role was in South Park. Was it Osimo or Osimo 3000 when Cartman was going around and naming all the Adam Sandler movies? I am Osimo. Osimo, can you come up with another Adam Sandler movie? Movie idea 2000. Adam Sandler's trapped on a deserted island and falls in love with a coconut or Drew Barrymore. What movie's that from?
Some space movie where he's by himself. It's
Basically,
Si-
the plot.
serious Adam Sandler, not goofy Adam Sandler, but same tone of voice. From Netflix. It's a Netflix original. I can't even remember the name of it. I've seen it, and I couldn't even recap it for you. I think he was trapped in space, and they were trying to.
I seen it on too. I just
And
kinda
I
blew
do
past
remember
it.
he had like a wacky spider friend that he couldn't figure out was real or not, but it was like a serious kind of movie.
Fleshy Peas Saint It.
I seen it.
I
Yeah.
Saint It. I'm trying
Yeah,
to
he
They're
had
think.
a
kind of doing a Donnie Darko thing with that giant spider.
Yeah, it kind of followed that kind
Yeah.
of the feel, and then he didn't know if it was real or not, but yeah, he had a spider Muppet friend that might have been imaginary.
He was in Adam Sandler, like was one of his more popular serious movies was Uncut Gems.
Never seen that.
It's
Never
actually
seen it
pretty
either.
good. It's about gambling. It's pretty good. I liked it. I mean, Happy Gilmore, real good movie. Daddy's.
They just finished
what is it,
production
guys?
on the second one. What do you think about that and how that's gonna turn out?
I mean, not excited about that.
It's what it is though. It's literally just gonna be a cameo fest and
Speaking of
rehashing some old
entertainment, what
jokes.
do you guys think of the Billy Corgan and Bill Burr half brother thing going around?
Didn't we talk about that a couple weeks ago?
Did we talk about after the fact that Howie Mandel had them on and
No, I
like,
think
Bill
that's
Burr
what
was just?
that he
Oh
was
yeah, we
pissed.
did.
Talk about
Yeah,
the
because
Howie
we were talking
Mandel?
about Bill Burr doesn't like. I think you were on. I think you were on the radio. Because I remember chatting in about it and saying that Bill Burr isn't
Oh
happy
yeah,
about
yeah,
much
yeah,
these
yeah.
days.
I must have done it, but yeah, Howie Mandel had Bill Burr in on the show, and then he surprised him with. There's always been this rumor that Bill Burr and Billy Corgan from Smashing Pumpkins have the same faja, but Bill Burr was not happy that Howie Mandel surprised him, and it was very, very awkward. But then Bill kind of warmed up a little bit. And they were trying to talk about their dad and what their dad did, and I mean, I think they had the same dad, don't you, Russ Factor? And don't they think so?
They do, yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty.
I don't know if Bill Burr's
know.
fully come around yet, but I think he wants to just be angry about it because like the way he just lashed out about it, like that's just Bill Burr now. I feel like
Yeah.
if he
He
didn't
seems
think it
like
was
he
that
wants
way,
to
he could have been like,
forget
dude, that's crazy and had a good time. But he went right for hostility in that interview with Howie Mandel.
He chose violence.
Yeah.
Bill Burr did come out and was really pissed off at Howie Mandel, so much so that Howie Mandel came out and apologized for doing that. Let's see. Dateline. January 28th. Bill Burr is not happy with Howie Mandel. During a Monday appearance on the Rich Eisen show, the comedian 56 slammed Howie Mandel for surprising him with Billy Corgan during a recent podcast. Mandel framed the ambush as a family reunion, as Corgan previously theorized that Bill Burr and him are half brothers. Bill Burr was very annoyed with the original interview, and fans are unsure if he was mad or if he was joking. You could tell he's pretty mad, I thought.
Well, I have another theory.
Go on.
This is not the first, second, or third time that some sort of like controversy with a guest for reasons that you can't even quite fully understand has centered around Howie Mandel and his internet marketing. I think one of the more recent ones was Dana White. There was a clip going around where Dana White was at the start of a show and he walks off pretty quick. and he's like pissed and like just starts talking shit about these podcasters and everything. And he walks out, and a lot of people were quickly like, I forget the other reference to one before that like, this is Howie's thing. Like, he was probably hanging out with Dana White for something. And Dana White's like, I gotta go in a bit, but let's go do that bit real quick at the beginning of your show and
Right.
fucking
Yeah.
get everybody thinking we're pissed.
I think Howie Mandel, I think, knows what he's doing when it comes to that. I think he starts that shit on purpose. I think.
Yeah.
You know, he
And
did
then
the same
they're
thing
like, we're
years
just
and
gonna get
years ago.
viral
He
shit.
was-
Yeah.
He was a guest host, I think, on that show with Regis and Kelly.
Oh yeah,
He was
today. Yeah.
guest hosting for Regis, and they had Halle Berry. And this is just after she crashed her car into that liquor store.
I remember that.
Anyway, right before she came out, he cracked a joke about it, and she came out just pissed right off at him. It was. I felt awkward watching it. I was like,
Yeah.
oh, dude, I want to shut this off.
Yeah, I honestly think that it's part of the gimmick, and they do that because that's not, like I said, that's not the first, second, or third time that something like this is, Howie Mandel out of nowhere has a little viral clip because he made somebody mad, a celebrity mad or something, and I'm like, you watch it and like look at it, it's like it's not that serious, and they really hammed it up for these. So I kind of think that that the little hostility from Bill Burr here, but at the same time, Bill Burr is like just an angry dude these days. He didn't like much of nothing.
What
I don't know.
I don't know. Did you ever watch? It's our obligatory mention Vegas Matt in the podcast. But did you watch Vegas Matt's podcast with Howie Mandel? It was super awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, very very awkward.
I'll have to check that out.
Yeah,
I don't see Howie Mandel doing his homework and watching much of Vegas Matt to get Vegas Matt's humor. So I could see it being.
I thought that going in, but I actually was surprised about how much he knew sort of about it. But then you can tell that he kind of plays dumb, and there's nothing worse than when somebody plays dumb when they know. We know you watch it or we know you don't watch it. Don't pretend one or the other.
Yeah.
We know your staffer told you all about him 10 minutes
Right.
before you went on.
Right.
Give you the cliff notes.
Yeah.
It's just weird. But yeah, Bill Burr was real pissed off, and he said Howie Mandel is a Hollywood whore. He doesn't care what happens. He could have said something and just brings it up, all the weirdness. I do not appreciate what Howie did, not one bit.
Like, see, and you watch it, it's just not that serious. And if it was that serious, he could have just said, I'm done. And then there never would have been an episode. He could have had people be like, don't air that. But it's all there and it's pretty uncut.
Uncut
Well, yeah, he
gems.
started to walk off, and I think it was only because it wasn't the Smashing Pumpkin Bill. What's his last name?
Corgan.
It wasn't Corgan's fault that he kind of reeled himself in.
Yeah. Kind of put Corgan in a awkward spot too. He's
Yeah.
like, because he probably didn't know either, and he thought,
He said,
"Oh,
that.
I'm coming to do this," and because he was before he sat down, he's like, should I leave? I will,
Yeah. And Howie
But
is
then
like,
they started joking about their shared dad, and
Yeah.
at one house he only played guitar, and the other house he's like, "Fuck that!" He said he couldn't play guitar. He played these instruments.
yeah, he played, yeah.
Yeah.
He just came in and rolled over with my mom a little bit and left.
And he's like, he said, my dad told me he was a dentist. Something like that. Yeah, I don't know. It's just, I thought he was pissed. And then in other news, don't show it, but did you happen to see how Kanye West and his girl showed up at the Grammys, Fleshy Piece?
Oh yeah, I have the big picture here. Let's take a look.
Speaking of the titties, she was not wearing anything, like a see-through dress or something. And
It's great.
It's odd to me how weirdly similar to Kanye's ex-wife he looks.
Say the name.
Oh
Say the
yeah.
name.
We don't mention that on the show. I'm just kidding.
It's a kink shame. They're into that, I think.
You think that he is doing this to her, like she's got to, okay. And did you see how he was like staring at her when it was going down? It was really weird. It was like, yep, haha,
Yeah.
I'm shaming yo ass. You're going to cook me that BLT salad when we get home, bitch.
Yeah. I honestly believe he is using her to keep himself out there. You know, when you're famous and the tabloids aren't writing anything about you for a long time, or you're not the talk of anything for a while, you have to do something.
And he has nothing else that anyone else is talking about right now because like he's not in the season of
Yeah.
delaying putting out an album people want or anything like that. So
It's a kink. I also think it's a kink shame. Like, because there's tons of other pictures worse than this of her following 5 paces behind.
Right.
mhm.
That's
Yeah,
right.
it's a dominance kink.
Yeah.
You fucking weirdo.
Go get your leash.
Don't make it
Super
awkward.
weird. Super weird. But that's Kanye now. That's what he's
That is.
doing.
Oh, well, you can't say Kanye. We have to
Oh,
say yay.
Just
Yay.
yay.
I think, like he said, I think he was. Do you think he's coming out with a new weird shoe?
Do you? I don't know.
Have you ever taken a peek at his website for that merchandise he sells?
At one point, wasn't he selling something for like $20 one time that was crazy and everybody bought it?
It's yzy-sply.com. YZY dash.
Why is that a Z or a Z?
What's the difference?
Oh my god.
Y,
I
ZY.
couldn't find it.
YZY-supply.com.
This
What's the
way-
difference between a Z or Z?
This website's giving me diabetes.
Isn't it weird?
So you got any of them chrome teeth for sale?
So if you click on something, then you can select the size,
1, 2, 3.
1, 2, or 3. Then you add it to the cart. It's
Oh,
just,
and then it's just a shop storefront. I had
Yeah.
to close that because it's going to automatically load my details from all the other places on the internet.
close that. Rest Factor. There's your credit card. Similar to what NG Slot did on his. Interesting website he's got, and I don't know what. I go back. Can you go back to it without
I
doxing
just
yourself?
closed it. Hold on.
I don't understand what the BECMHUK. I don't know what the words are. That's the home screen there, Rest Factor.
Oh,
Closed us out. And then his weird socks. Like, what's that mean? What's NEN in backwards? What's that mean? What's any of the shit mean?
I don't know. Whatever this symbol means.
Okay,
It
so
means something.
and then scroll down or up, one of the two. There's look at that shoe. That's a good looking shoe. Okay, then scroll down. Those just white socks. What's that? Like, what's that say? What's that? What are those words? BECMHUK.
HUK.
I mean, what the Kanye? What are we doing, bud? I
This
get
little weird symbol.
being weird, but this is beyond the. So if you want just a pair of black socks, what do you think they're going to run you?
$30.
20.
20.
20.
The white one.
The black shoes. The black shoes go up to size like 16. Let me add them to the cart. Let me see. They are the black shoes are 20. Maybe everything on the website's $20.
$20.
It's Canadian. That's why.
Everything's 20. He must be having an everything must go. Hi, I'm Kanye.
There you go.
Ooh.
This can be your new uniform for the casino.
That's only reason I know about that is because that's the first. Actually, technically, they do have. Let's see if that's $20. Yeah, that's $20 also.
Yeah.
Why is that already in your cart?
Then scroll up a few things. There's a blank CD, and there's teeth you can get. There's a record.
There they are.
There's teeth.
I need
Oh,
those teeth.
It doesn't even explain anything of what it is. Everything's $20 though.
I'm gonna laugh when these aren't anything, and what everything here when you order it, you get a picture of it, and that was $20.
It just screams, I love pancakes.
How do you feel about being called crazy?
And then
Do
you
it.
then you can click on the very, very top. It's called download, and you can watch a movie about Yay.
No, thank you.
Oh,
yeah.
yay.
Oh, yay. What do you feel about being called crazy?
I ain't crazy.
It's been a long respect, a certain level of love for growing up on the music and the work I put into this lifetime. So
Yeah. Who was the first person to call you Yay?
I don't know, it had to be like back 8th, 7th grade. You know, I don't.
Okay,
I don't
okay,
remember,
you've been had that.
What a great answer.
had to be being back in 7th grade. I don't know. All right. Anything else? You got anything else for us tonight, Russ Factor? What do we got? Fleshy P, what do we got? Russ Factor will be broadcasting live Friday night. I'll be back at the casino Sunday. That's when I'm going to be planning to be at the casino. I got into an argument quickly. I got into an argument with a person, IRL, about.
Oh.
Yeah, he said it was not your father. I did see your father the last time I was at the casino. He was telling me how great of a game Huff and Puff is, and I argued with him, and so I said, "Okay." I let him talk first. I let him talk, and he goes,
Let me hear you out. Let me hear you out, bud.
I just wanted to see how deep this old boy went, and then he got to talking about how much it can pay, and then he wanted to know if I saw NG slot massive win guys on one of the Huff and Puffs, and I said yes, I saw it.
The whole time, you know that we have witnessed a lot of scientific research into the fact that Huff and Puff is not a great game.
I said you may have NG slot, sir, but I have the roulette master.
Yes.
Let us take just a little trip down a roulette master memory lane on Huff and Puff and how bad that game is.
Yeah.
I think I wasn't trying to convince him, but one of the arguments that he brought in was that he sees me play Frankenstein all the time, and I go, that's right. I do play Frankenstein, but that I'll only play that with a certain advantage. There is zero.
You don't just walk up to it and put some money in and go. Like, you're playing this for a very specific reason.
There is no advantage on Huff and Puff, and he goes, "Well, he goes, the line hits on Frankie are way worse than what the line hits are on Huff and Puff." And I said, "Yeah, they are." Yes, absolutely. But at a certain point, you're going to win more money if you play those multipliers correctly. You're going to win more money than not on Frankie, where you have a very small chance of, over a lifetime, even coming close to breaking even on Huff and Puff. And then he was asking me about, well, what are the multipliers? And I said, well, here you go, bud. Here's a little card. It says learntobeatslots.com. You might want to reach out to this little guy named Buffalo Bob.
Speaking of which, I heard the app's available in the App Store now.
Yeah, it is. The Slot Shark app is available. Shout out Buffalo Bob. But I thought it was interesting that a guy wanted to argue with me. I was filming an intro or something last night, and he came up to me, and he started the conversation. Note to self: don't ever start a conversation with "I've got a bone to pick with you," or "No offense, but I don't want to be mean, but." Yeah, that's how he started. "I've got a bone to pick with you," and I go, "Bring it on, boner boy. Let's go." And then I thought it was going to be the conversation went a complete different direction when he wanted to argue with me about Huff and Puff.
That's great.
That's the first IRL argument I've ever gotten about Huff and Puff. Hopefully it's the last. But no, Russ Factor was not your father.
No.
Your dad was good. It was good to see him. I hadn't seen him in quite some time. He is retired, enjoying the retired life that I hope to live very soon.
Coming up before you know it.
Sooner than later for this old bag of bones. Been out all night. Fleshy P, what you got? Any more? You have to work tomorrow, or are you going to be helping the environment and recycling more tomorrow? What do we got? What say you, Fleshy P?
Oh, I might head down to the old office for a little bit in the morning. Put my time in.
I heard that.
I heard
Yeah.
that. Oh,
Thank
God.
God. Oh, thank God.
Oh,
is I
thank
think what you
God.
said.
Go check the mud water.
When you said that, I have absolutely no idea because other than the mask, I have never seen a picture of you ever. And I like the mystery. But if I were to, I just think you as a little, a short king is probably the best way to put it. And in my vision, I just think that you're like Barney Rubble. And you're clocking in down at the Mr. Slate's, your boss that just drives you insane. And you just put your time in for Mr. Slate, and then you can't wait to get home and have a Brontosaurus burger.
All right. Well, thanks. Yeah, I shuffle myself out the door.
And you're married to the beautiful, or together with the beautiful Betty, a.k.a. Duzzy, who kind of, Betty bosses Barney around. And Barney just, he just kind of dusts himself off and puts one foot in front of the other and heads on down to the factory. Am I close?
They're pretty close. Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I don't know why I always think about that one.
That's crazy.
I have been told I have Barney's feet.
Oh, no.
Really? Like twinkle toes?
No, that's Fred.
Oh, yeah, that's Fred.
No.
What?
Barney had flat feet, big toes.
Pull up, Russ Factor, pull up Barney Rubble's feet.
Oh, yeah. Here you go. Here you go. I'm going to pull them up for you right now.
This is taking a turn.
This has taken a turn, and I apologize. Why is Barney giving the Why is Barney giving the shocker with his 4 toes?
That could damn near be my high school photo.
Oh God!
He is blonde.
Are you blonde?
He's a dirty blonde. Actually, I think that's us right there. I'm Fred.
Hey, little buddy. Well, I guess that's the wrong show. That's not you. That's not
Well,
you.
I'm almost a foot taller.
A foot.
A foot?
A foot collar.
I only work in meters here.
Oh. I guess we just do that then for the
when Duz and I were first dating, a friend of mine that I used to work with always said, so at night when you go home, so I guess you have to go up on her, or? The Indian.
Oh, all right, folks. On that note, oh man, my lips hurt real bad. We're gonna have to clip that one. That's gonna have to be a clip right there. Fleshy P, I greatly appreciate you and Dizzy coming on tonight. Scheduled to appear next week. Could be the on next week's show. Sorry, we ran out of time. Matt Damon was not able to appear. Sorry, we ran out of time. Kels Bells was not able to appear tonight. Scheduled to appear last week, and then this week again was Kels Bells, but we ran out of time. So
we ran out of time.
Hopefully, Kels Bells will be able to make it to the show next week. If not, she wanted old Russ Factor. She trusts Russ Factor. How can you not trust Russ Factor? And she trusts Fleshy P also to ask her to interview her.
Oh yeah, we got some fun questions. I got a few lined up that are fun in the tank. I got a nice list here I've already saved of some some actually fun questions from Elon's AI too that I want to ask that I think will be fun. And
Well, that's sorry we ran out of time for that tonight. That'll be the
She'll be
running.
in good hands.
Yeah, I bet. And feet. All right, everybody. Make sure to follow Slotmaster316 on all. I go live on the Purple app, that Twitch app, twitch.tv/the Slotmaster. Rust Factor goes live every Friday on this one here. And download our app download the podcast wherever podcasts are heard. We greatly appreciate it. We need to bust out the phones next week too, Rust Factor. Maybe we can take some phone calls.
yeah, I got it all set up every week too. We can just turn it right on. We do have phones. We didn't have time this week, ladies and gentlemen. We came in here with zero plan, and the show was jam packed.
Also, somebody was asking me about Kid Chris coming on the show. I can't remember. Somebody in the comments. I'm going to schedule that. I'm going to reach out to him probably right after this show and see if he'll come on with us ASAP. I've reached out to a bunch of slot creators to see if they wanted to come YouTube people, and I've gotten exactly 0 responses. So I'm trying, folks. So
by the end of the month too, we got a little Vegas trip coming up. So our last show of February, I believe, is going to be a big old Vegas recap, which will be fun.
Yeah, baby. All right.
Real quick.
Yeah.
On Yeezy's clothes there, it's Russian.
Oh.
And it translates to Herald Tribune.
What's that? What? Okay.
Herald Tribune.
All right. Still don't know what that is. That's good.
Yeah,
Damn, does he? Taking the deep dive into the yay.
I did. You're
I
welcome.
appreciate that.
Appreciate you.
Appreciate you. And even though you both are in Canada, we still love you. I wouldn't charge a tariff on your asses. All right. See you later, everybody. See you next week.
All right.
Bye.